If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In an offseason full of questions and uncertainty, the Cleveland Browns may have just planted the seeds for a massive turning point in their franchise's history, according to ESPN's Matt Miller. An early 2026 NFL mock draft has the Browns landing the #1 overall pick and using it to select Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik. That's right, despite drafting the quarterbacks in the 2025 NFL draft, the Browns might already be eyeing their true franchise quarterback a year later. This move speaks volumes about the front office's dissatisfaction with the current quarterback room and the lingering fallout from the Deshaun Watson experiment. When Cleveland traded down from the number 2 to the number 5 spot in the 2025 draft, they not only added more capital but also gave themselves a window into next year's quarterback-rich class. The fact that Miller believes the Browns could go quarterback again and with the top overall selection shows just how little faith exists in their 2025 draftees. Let's take a step back and unpack how the Browns got to this point. Cleveland used their 2025 third-round pick on Dillon Gabriel, the former Oklahoma star who had an impressive college career but lacks prototypical NFL size and traits. Then in the 5th round, they doubled down and took Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, who flashed brilliance at Colorado but had questions around mechanics, decision-making, and his transition to the pro level. Neither of these picks screamed surefire franchise QB, and it seems the Browns knew that even while drafting them, they were low-risk selections aimed at depth and competition, rather than cornerstones for the future. That's why the trade with Jacksonville was so significant. By moving down and collecting an extra first-round pick in 2026, they bought themselves flexibility. The message was clear: if Gabriel or Sanders doesn't impress, they'll take a swing in 2026. And based on this early mock draft, they might be swinging big. Now, why Cade Klubnik? Why is a quarterback who hasn't been widely considered in the same breath as Arch Manning or Drew Aller suddenly the projected #1 overall pick? Well, according to Miller, Klubnik's stock is on the rise after a stellar 2020 college season where he threw for 3,639 yards, 36 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions. His gutsy playoff performance against Texas, 336 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a single pick left scouts buzzing. Miller even draws a comparison to Baker Mayfield in terms of Klubnik's blend of arm strength, mobility, and that intangible it factor. But unlike Mayfield, who fizzled out in Cleveland after a promising start, the hope is that Klubnik could bring sustained success. He looks like a more polished and modern quarterback prospect, and if he continues to ascend in 2025, it wouldn't be shocking to see his name leading draft boards across the league. Cleveland fans might feel a bit of deja vu with this Klubnik-Mayfield comparison, and understandably so. Mayfield was also the #1 pick, also beloved in college, and also brought a fire to the field that briefly ignited the Browns fanbase. But the team learned a painful lesson from that era: swagger doesn't replace consistency. Klubnik will have to show that he's more than just a fiery leader. What separates him, potentially, is his mental processing, footwork under pressure, and decision-making in crunch time. He showed maturity in Clemson's playoff run that scouts loved, and that kind of growth trajectory is exactly what teams hope to see from a future franchise quarterback. Cleveland clearly wants to leave no stone unturned this time. Klubnik might be their chance to do things right from day one, especially with an offensive coaching staff that's finally willing to adapt and build around their quarterback's strengths. Of course, it's not a one-man race for the top quarterback spot in 2026. The class is shaping up to be a fascinating mix of potential and pedigree. Arch Manning, the highly touted nephew of Peyton and Eli, will generate massive media attention no matter where he lands. Then there's Drew Aller from Penn State, a physically gifted passer with ties to Northeast Ohio, which makes him a natural favorite among Browns fans. South Carolina's Lanneris Sellers and LSU's Garrett Nussmeier also bring unique traits to the table, offering teams different flavors of quarterback talent. Klubnik might not have the same name recognition as Manning or the hometown pull of Aller, but he's firmly in the mix based on merit. If the 2025 college season plays out the way analysts expect, Klubnik could leapfrog everyone. His tools, production, and leadership make him a compelling option, and Cleveland, hungry for a reboot, could be the team that takes the plunge. Even though the Browns spent a picks on quarterbacks in 2025, it's important to remember that Neither of those guys came in with top 5 pedigree. They were middle to late round swings, calculated gambles, not cornerstone investments. The front office likely viewed them as insurance policies or bridge options, not the long-term face of the franchise. If Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders shocks the world in training camp and preseason, the Browns can pivot, but as things stand, this team is preparing for life beyond both of them. With the Deshaun Watson chapter officially closing after a disastrous run marred by injuries and inconsistent play, Cleveland seems determined not to repeat its mistakes. That's what makes the Klubnik projection so intriguing. It signals a clean slate, a fresh start with a quarterback they can shape from day one. Matt Miller didn't stop with the Klubnik pick, though, with the Browns holding another first-rounder from the Jacksonville Jaguars projected to land at 12th overall. He has Cleveland taking offensive tackle Caleb Lomu from Utah. That move would make a lot of sense given the state of the offensive line. Darwin Jones, while promising, has been up and down, and Jack Conklin's contract is expiring after the 2025 season. Addressing the offensive line at that stage would give their rookie quarterback, whoever that may be, the protection and support needed to develop. Cleveland is building toward something more methodical, more sustainable. They want a young quarterback, yes, but they also want to avoid throwing him to the wolves. Adding a steady tackle like Lomu would be a step in the right direction for creating a functional offense. Mock drafts, especially this far out, are mostly speculative fun. No one knows how the 2025 college season will unfold, let alone who will declare for the 2026 NFL draft. Injuries, breakout stars, and late risers will shuffle the board countless times before April 2026 rolls around. Still, early mocks like Miller's give us a glimpse into team-building strategies and where franchises might be leaning in their evaluations. For the Browns, it's less about locking in Cade Klubnik and more about showing their hand there. Still searching for that guy, and if Klubnik keeps ascending, he could be the one. But names like Manning, Alar, and Sellers will keep this race exciting. Cleveland scouts will be watching every college snap in 2025 like it's life or death. Because in many ways, for the future of this franchise, it is as we approach the 2025 season. All eyes in Cleveland will be on the quarterbacks, not just in the NFL, but across the college landscape. Fans will cheer for Gabriel and Sanders too. Step up and seize the opportunity, but deep down, many will be checking Clemson box scores on Saturday afternoons. Klubnik's name will buzz around Cleveland like Mayfield's once did. Every touchdown throw, every playoff push will feed into the narrative. Could this be the guy? Could this be the moment the Browns finally get it right at quarterback after decades of disappointment? From Couch to Whedon, from Manziel to Mayfield to Watson, the Browns faithful are desperate for someone to believe in, whether it's Klubnik, Manning, Alar, or someone else entirely. One thing is clear: Cleveland is on the hunt, and this time, they're doing it with eyes wide open, a smarter front office, and maybe, just maybe, the patience to finally get it right. The 2026 draft may be nearly a year away, but it's already shaping up to be a turning point for the Cleveland Browns. Whether Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders makes an unexpected leap, or Cade Klubnik becomes the star many believe he's destined to be, the team's trajectory is becoming clearer. The Deshaun Watson era is over. The missteps of the past have led to a franchise that is now thinking strategically, stacking picks, and being honest about what they need. A quarterback who can lead, inspire, and elevate. And while mock drafts are never a sure thing, they reflect how scouts and insiders are beginning to talk. Klubnik may not have been on everyone's radar before, but now he's a name to remember. And if this early projection holds any truth, Cleveland might finally be ready to rewrite their quarterback story, one pass, one draft, and one right decision at a time. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. There's a whirlwind swirling around the NFL world, and it's centered on a jaw-dropping potential trade involving Kyle Pitts, the dazzling tight end who has been turning heads since he entered the league. Rumors are buzzing louder than ever that the Cleveland Browns could be the next destination for Pitts. And this isn't just any ordinary deal, it might come at an enormous price. Word on the street is that the Browns are eyeing a blockbuster move, offering not one, but 2 first-round draft picks to acquire Pitts from his current team. Imagine that, 2 precious first-rounders, potentially reshaping the future of a franchise. All for the chance to lock down one of the NFL's most electrifying young talents. The very thought of this deal shakes the draft board and draft war rooms around the league. Browns fans, in particular, are holding their breath, wondering if this dream scenario could turn into reality and bring Pitts' game-changing skills to Cleveland. Now, if this trade does go down, it would signal a seismic shift in the Browns' offensive strategy. Pitts is not just any tight end, he's a dynamic, versatile weapon capable of stretching defenses vertically and dominating mismatches. His route running, hands, and physicality create matchup nightmares for defenders, something that Cleveland has desperately craved to complement their offensive arsenal. The Browns' quarterback situation, often scrutinized for consistency and firepower, could benefit immensely from having Pitts as a primary target. This rumored trade suggests the front office is not shy about mortgaging future assets to elevate the team's immediate ceiling, sending a message to the league: Cleveland is ready to compete at the highest level now. Of course, the gamble is high. First-round picks represent monumental value, but the potential payoff could redefine the franchise's trajectory for years to come. On the flip side, the team trading Pitts away would also be making a bold move, potentially banking on the infusion of elite young talent through those first-round selections. If the rumor holds water, this other franchise must be weighing long-term rebuild or retool strategies over the short-term brilliance Pitts provides on the field. The first-round picks could net them foundational players to fill multiple holes and build around their core, signaling a clear pivot in philosophy. This potential trade hints at the league's shifting dynamics, where even standout stars like Pitts might be leveraged as high-stakes currency. It's a fascinating chess match at the executive level, where balancing immediate competitiveness against sustainable growth often sparks the most intriguing rumors. Fans and analysts alike are dissecting every hint, every leak, trying to predict if and how this game-changing trade might actually unfold in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Browns supporters are engaged in an emotional roller coaster, imagining what Pitts could bring to their offense and the elevated excitement of a blockbuster acquisition. The buzz around town isn't just about the player himself, but what his arrival could symbolize for the franchise's ambitions. The Browns have had their fair share of ups and downs in recent years, and landing a talent like Pitts could be the spark that galvanizes the fan base and the locker room. Imagine the media frenzy and the packed stadiums energized by a new star rival. Of course, with such a high price tag, skepticism is also high. Will the Browns sacrifice too much future flexibility? How will Pitts integrate with the existing roster and coaching schemes? These are the burning questions fueling debates on sports talk shows, social media platforms, and local bars, making this rumored deal one of the most talked about stories in NFL circles right now. It's also worth exploring the financial implications of this potential blockbuster. Pitts carries a significant salary, reflecting his elite talent level and potential for growth. The Browns would have to navigate the salary cap carefully, ensuring they can fit Pitts' contract alongside their other key players. This rumored trade doesn't just affect draft capital. It also signals a commitment to invest in a star player's future. From a management perspective, this is a high-wire act balancing on the tightrope of cap space, roster depth, and competitive urgency. If this deal does come to fruition, it would showcase the Browns' willingness to go all in financially and strategically, highlighting a franchise eager to break through to the next tier of NFL contenders. This dimension adds yet another layer of intrigue, as cap experts and insiders speculate about the ripple effects across the Browns' broader roster plans. On the strategic front, pairing Pitts with the Browns' current offensive weapons could unleash a potent aerial attack. Pitts' unique skill set creates mismatches against linebackers and defensive backs, opening up opportunities for other players as well. The presence of a true game-changer like Pitts could ease the pressure on Cleveland's other receivers and running backs, allowing the offense to be more unpredictable and multidimensional. The Browns' coaching staff would be tasked with devising creative ways to maximize Pitts' talents while maintaining balance across the unit. This rumored trade might not just be about one player, but a fundamental evolution of the team's offensive identity. Analysts and insiders are already speculating on play-calling shifts and scheme adjustments that would accompany the arrival of Pitts, fueling the fire around this potential move. Of course, the rumors wouldn't be complete without considering the impact on team chemistry. Pitts is known for his work ethic, leadership qualities, and positive locker room presence, which could blend well with the Browns' culture. The integration process would be critical, and the front office and coaching staff would need to ensure a smooth transition. Bringing in a high-profile player always carries risks in terms of dynamics, but Pitts' professionalism might help mitigate those concerns. Fans are eager to see how this potential new star would mesh with the team's existing personalities and how it might inspire a new level of confidence and cohesion. The human side of this trade adds depth to the rumor, reminding us that beyond the statistics and draft picks, football is about relationships and teamwork. The timing of this rumor is also key. With the draft approaching, teams are feverishly evaluating their rosters and assets. The Browns reportedly have a plan brewing, and acquiring PITTS could be a cornerstone move in their draft strategy, potentially allowing them to use later picks more strategically. Meanwhile, the team on the other side of this trade might view the upcoming draft as an opportunity to reload, with elite young talent, making this deal a perfect storm of timing and opportunity. The suspense builds as league insiders watch for official announcements or leaks, knowing that one confirmation could send shockwaves through the NFL landscape. This trade rumor encapsulates the high-stakes drama and strategic maneuvering that make the offseason just as captivating as game day. Speculation is also rampant about the broader league implications. If PITTS lands in Cleveland via this first-round pick deal, other teams might feel pressure to make their own bold moves to keep pace. The ripple effect could spark a mini-trade frenzy, as franchises scramble to either capitalize on Cleveland's aggressive posture or protect their own future assets. The balance of power in the conference could shift dramatically, and the narrative of the next NFL season might be shaped before a single game is played. This rumored trade is more than just a swap of players and picks. It's a potential catalyst for an entire league shakeup, inviting comparisons to other blockbuster deals that have changed NFL histories. Fans and analysts alike are waiting with bated breath to see if this rumor becomes a defining moment of the offseason. Lastly, while all eyes are on this tantalizing rumor, there's an undercurrent of caution and patience. NFL trades of this magnitude require meticulous negotiation, medical checks, and careful timing. Nothing is official yet, and the teams involved are likely weighing every detail behind closed doors. The suspense is part of the excitement, as fans dream of what could be while acknowledging that rumors sometimes fizzle out. However, if the Browns truly do land Kyle Pitts in exchange for the first-round picks, it would mark one of the most significant and talked about moves in recent memory. Whether it's a bold gamble or a brilliant masterstroke, this story is unfolding before our eyes, promising a thrilling offseason chapter for the Browns and the entire NFL community. The buzz is real, and the possibilities are endless. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan. Hit subscribe and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!